I think we're going. Cool beans. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Give me a few mementos to get this together. And we will be rocking and rolling. As you can see, I did not have my official webcam today. And that is okay. Um, because it's not about the quality of the camera, it's about the intention of the content, right? It's about the content, the character of the content. There you go. But welcome, welcome. My name is Angelique the Artist. I am here in downtown LA to share some creative space with you through a creative restoration session. This is a practice that I really want to get into, and I'm very excited about sharing it with you all every Sunday, Monday, Friday, Saturday. And I'm going to be here Tuesday as well, Tuesday in the morning. This week is really going to be about me and working on Anjulique.com. Somebody asked me when I was getting my empanadas today. The guy asked me, what do you do? What is your work? Where do you work? And he's asked me this before. And he also asked me like, do you work around here? Was like his question because I come in often. And I'm like, I told you I'm an artist, I'm an entrepreneur, my own business. Actually, I didn't say it to him like that, but I did say, like, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an artist, I have my own business. And he's like, oh, yeah, you told me that. And I was like, yep. So, oh, no, right here. So yeah, that was a moment that made me realize I need to start saying that I work for Angelique.com, right? And start saying that I work for me. Because this is my business and this is my job. Sharing the creative process with you, beautiful people, and helping you to express yourself and show knowledge and share knowledge and show knowledge. You know, we be smart sometimes. Um, when you're thirstier than you realize that thing that people say about when you're thirsty, you're already dehydrated is really real. Because sometimes I'll be like, I'm just gonna have a drink of water. And then I'm like, I've never drank water before ever in my life. And I feel like that's so let me tell you what we're doing today before people get surprised. Yes, water points. What's up, Vanessa? Just shouts out to Vanessa, our moderator, and my executive assistant at Angelique.com. She's an amazing individual and it's helping me to keep my mind focused and keep me set. I felt so productive today. She kept me on track with all the things I had to do today, and also helped me to remember um, to set myself up for tomorrow and remember that I had things that I was doing tomorrow, period. Because I do sometimes just go day by day and be like, what am I doing today? And then I get discombobulated because I'm like, oh yeah, I was doing this thing, I was doing that thing. So she has been a massive help. And I feel like I say thank you to her a million times today, but a million and one cannot hurt. So thank you. But what we are doing today is I'm gonna be painting over this. If you do or do not know, painting over artwork is my jam. Because I just feel like the layers are so just, just yummy yum and just interesting. And this doesn't have too much texture on it already because it was the chalk pastel. Um, so we're gonna go over it with some white paint and redo it. I was going to get some more boards from the art supply store, but I definitely did not today because I had other things to do. So actually, Vanessa, I might do that in the morning. Um, since I didn't have the time to do that today. Um, because I want to get into this. You guys, again, if you are new to me and who I am a creative junkie. And I have a creative force in me that will not cease or desist or act like it can be quenched. So, really, my career is about me being in the creative process as much as possible so I can satisfy that energy and it's not trying to make me implode or explode. So the spirits can be satisfied. No. um, so yeah, I'm definitely going to be getting more of these, and I'll probably be, I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. I might drop them, I might sell them, I might give them away. I don't know. I just want to paint. I just want to be creative and do what I do and do what I'm made to do. And tonight the sun set at like 5:15. I was like, where are you going? Where are you going, Mr. Sun? Let's see if we can. I apologize for the quality of this. Um, I definitely forgot my. Oops. Oh, my baby. Are you okay? She's okay. Um, I definitely forgot my webcam. I've been switching things around to different locations because because um my priorities are shifting and where I'm focusing my time is shifting and where I'm spending my time is shifting. Oh, look at that. That's fun. This is so satisfying. Just like all this paint, you're just like globbing it on there. Like it doesn't even matter. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is gonna be delicious. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Painting is so satisfying. I feel like I should stop shouting painting because I don't know if I'm allowed to actually paint in here. So let me stop shouting. I get excited. I apologize. But this is so satisfying. And again, I'm excited to uh, share this with you all. I'm just gonna kind of swooble this stuff around until it gets dry. And just enjoy the stroking, you know? This is like the funnest, the funnest part of it is just, moving the brush around, really. And, if you want to be, like, meditative about it, you can go, like, back and forth. So, let me tell you a little bit about the creative restoration sessions while we are waiting for this paint to dry. Um, we're going to start off donation based. You're going to get, well, that's if you bring your own materials, right? But if you want to get a board, it's going to be pretty affordable. These boards are not expensive. So I'm not gonna be trying to like charge anybody out the wahoo, right? Um, so yeah, I think it's gonna be about like recommendation of donation is gonna be like $10 or $15 if you wanna get the board. Otherwise, you can just bring your own materials and we can kind of just buy it. And there's gonna be like a theme. So we'll maybe talk about self-care. Maybe we'll do some affirmation work. Maybe we'll do some symbolism. Maybe we'll paint a landscape. It really just kind of depends, honestly. I don't want these sessions to be the same. Oh, there it goes. Oh, I don't know if you guys can tell. We're getting a little bit of color in here from the under painting. Sorry, Vanessa. What did you say? Do things today that your tomorrow self will thank you for 100,000%. More like a million, but I appreciate. Oh, a billion. Literally, the little cursor thing was right over the line where the B is. I was like, that's funny. But I appreciate each one, and I'm glad that you received that because a lot of times it can just sound like words and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, so for these sessions, I want it to be pretty open as far as like the project, right? I want this to be a space for creativity to really truly exist. Like I say in my promotion, this is not your typical like paint and sip and you just come and we're like, ooh, we're gonna be painting flowers today. And then I have a design and I'm like, now we're gonna make this circle and we're gonna make this other little circle and we're gonna make a circle here. We're gonna put some leaves, right? Like that's not what we're doing. This is going to be a unique expression of you, okay? And we're just going to use the process, right? And what I mean by that is like I said, right now we are just layering this with some white. And I think maybe today the theme should be, what do you think the theme should be today, Vanessa, if you're still there? Like, what's something that you want to explore or talk about today? Like, what kind of topic or concept or. Oops, who's emailing me? Just something that you're interested in. It can even be like an animal you like and the different reasons why you like that animal. Like different traits that animal represents. And we can kind of get into that kind of symbolism, right? Because I feel like people think like, oh, you just art and you just, making a picture. But really, art is about capturing moments and emotions and attention for certain situations. I'm really trying to get some of this color through here. And red is just so powerful. It's like me. Pick me. So we got this little pink tint happening. Okay, it's getting pretty tacky, so it should be dry soon. And while we're waiting on that, we'll just go ahead and wipe this off and dunk it. Go on and slam if you wanna jam. Come on and slam if you wanna jam. You know, something that people been talking about. Oh, shoot. I didn't want to get paint on these pants. Oh, dang it. I forgot. Come on and slam if you want to jam. I think a lot of people been talking about gratitude. Maybe we can do that. I'm still here and I still feel the discussion about Kyle needs to be addressed. There is a lot of symbolism in that. It's funny because I was just watching Phil DeFranco. He's one of the few people I get my news from. Him and Amber Ruffin are where I tend to get my information about the social dramas. And I saw the testimony of him and how the judge was acting and the fact that they tried to the fact that the judge did not try to, he did dismiss the video of him sitting in a parking lot looking at people saying, I want to bring my AR out here and shoot these people because I don't like what they're doing. And then he actually went and did that. Like, that was his mindset. Like, of course, if he has the opportunity to do it and the bravery and the support, he's going to go do that. And he was also saying, like, he shot the one guy that testified because he came at him, was saying, kill them and kill him, or something like that. And then he was saying that he shot the other person because he got hit with a skateboard, and he shot the other person. I thought there were only two people. He shot three whole people, y'all, and two of them died. Okay. And also because he was concerned for his life. And then when he got question about, like, was it his intent to kill these people, he was like, it was in my intent to protect myself from danger and to stop them from hurting me. And then the attorney was like, by killing them. And the guy, this boy, was like, yeah, or he didn't say yeah, he said, my intent was to keep them from harming me. Basically, however I could, or something along those lines. And it was just like, clearly he was just so prepared for this moment. So there was a part where he had this like emotional breakdown. And I was just like, I don't know if that was genuine. And there's a lot of conversation about, is he like dealing with PTSD? I'm sure he is, but I don't think he's dealing with it because of that situation specifically. I feel like there's a deeper, like, people that are okay, especially children, a 17-year-old. And I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't even have a psychology degree. I don't have a degree at all. But let me tell you something. I watch people, I read people, I sense energy, and I just feel that children get influenced because that's how they learn, that's how they grow, that's how we become people, that's how we, how human beings communicate and teach their children is through influencing. Um, and I feel like he has a trauma that led him to think that this behavior was okay, and that he has a trauma that doesn't make him realize the seriousness of what he's done, which creates like um, what I like to call a Christian Bale syndrome, where he is potentially psycho. Um, oh, that was almost really bad, you guys. Did you see that? Oh my God, that almost like landed on my computer. Um, but I don't want to put that on him. Okay, I'm just saying that if we're going to talk about this child having PTSD from this situation, it's not just because of the situation, it's because of everything that's led up to him executing on that situation. Because when he was in it, he was probably, I'm going to say he probably had a little sense of joy in himself, like a satisfaction. Um, because of immaturity, right? I feel like a lot of young people go to military service because they want to shoot people, because they want to have guns, because they feel like I can be violent here. Um, and I say that because I was a young person and people said these things to me. People say some real things to me, like, and this is why I feel like I'm pretty decent at picking up on energies, because throughout my life people just come up to me and tell me the wildest things. I'm like, do you go around telling everybody this? And a lot of times people are just like, I don't know I'm telling you this, but I'm telling you. And I'm like, yeah, that happens sometimes. Don't even worry about it. It's not just you. Trust me. Um, and I feel like for this child to have been so okay with rolling up, and here, okay, and this, here's the thing. He was so okay rolling up with this AR that he has, that he knew he would be able to use and have um, legally. He specifically chose something that he would be able to have legally. Like, there was intention here. He made his way there. They say for like medical services, but that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. That really just sounds like an excuse to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Vanessa says, will the same outcome be presented to a child of a different ethnicity? Where were the people who could get him help? Right, right. Like, if some, I'll put it this way. We're not even gonna put black or white into it. I'll say if some Hispanic or Mexican, let's say their parents were first generation immigrants, but they were born in America, right? This kid from Mexico, whose parents were from Mexico, had this notion that I'm going to go to this place with this weapon um, to provide medical service, but the weapon is for protection. And then somebody was actually, like, people are the whole same situation. Would he have been able to make it to the police without being shot himself? Do we really think that that would have happened? Like we can pretty much assume if they were black, they wouldn't have even been walking around with a gun in the first place, right? They wouldn't have made it that far. But to be able to have shot 3 people and 2 of them die, it'd be different if he actually was skilled at shooting and just shot somebody in the leg or the foot or the shoulder and they all survived and he was able to tell his story and be like, it was for defense. Like, I would say, hey, maybe. I don't know, maybe. But 2 of those people died, and there needs to be consequences for that. There needs to be, if this boy has such intense PTSD, where are the people rallying for him to go into a therapy center or a rehabilitation center or something of that nature, spending some time, outside of normal society, right? So that he can be rehabilitated and not think that these things are okay and um, grapple with the fact that he took 2 lives and injured someone severely. Like, where are the people championing for that? Where is the people wanting the accountability and responsibility on that end? There is no just, oh, well, he was scared, so he shot and killed 2 people and this other guy. And now he's just fine. We're just going to let him go about his life. No. And also, he's so infamous now. He's going to have to, like, change his name and identity and move to some random island in the Atlantic. Because people literally over the weekend, I heard someone say that they want to kill this boy because he got out free for doing what he said. And I know they are not the only person that feels this way. Like, this person, soon to be a man in the American eye, is not going to have just a normal, oh yeah, I work at the office downtown and I'm an accountant. Like, no. There has to be actual consequences to this situation. There's no way that he just walks away from this and is okay and is going to live a long, healthy life, like just peaceful life, right? There's no justice here. People are upset. He has no sense of atonement. And that leads to, again, Christian Bale syndrome. But let's see. Vanessa says affluenza. What's affluenza? I feel like I should know what that is and what that means. She says also, in all honesty, as former military personnel, we don't even allow to own semi-automatic weaponry, especially if we are found to have a mental illness. Right, that part. Can we also discuss the hardships of the victims' families? Like, not only do they have to live with their grief, but they have to accept the murderer gets to walk and be happy, right? It just, like, be happy and be, like, what is the word I'm looking for? Just, like, uncharged. Just, like, unapologetic. Like, there's no atonement there. And again, like, you let this happen, then somebody else is gonna feel like they can do something similar and find similar loopholes. And I think it's a slippery slope. And I'm not really a fan of slippery slope syndromes and all of that. Oh, there are my tarot cards. I was wondering where I was like, I need to do a reading. Where are my cards at? They're in here with the paint. Um, but sorry, I apologize. I got all types of distracted. Um, there's no sense of atonement. There's no um peace here because there's no justice. And somebody is going to take this as an opportunity to be like, oh, well, they did it. They let him have that, right? And then what's going to be even more messed up is probably going to, what happens if this is again, if a black person does this, if an Asian or Pacific Islander person does this, because they are actually being attacked, right? Will they survive if the police are there and they're actually being attacked if they shoot people? Hmm? Like, you can't keep having these open discrepancies because we're not all reading different newspapers, and like we aren't all disconnected. Like, our news doesn't happen a week at a time. Like, instantly we can know what's going on, and we can watch what's going on in the courtrooms. It's recorded, it's shared, it's plastered around the internet, it's dissected by millions and hundreds of thousands of people. Like, you can't just keep having these open discrepancies. Um, Affluenza is when you are too privileged to understand right from wrong. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's a recipe for disaster. Because do we want people walking around that don't know the difference between right and wrong? No. No. Because that is like guaranteed drama. That's guaranteed somebody's going to do something and not have remorse for it, and it's going to upset people to a large degree and cause discord. Like, again, it's happening now. And, I feel like it's one of those things where it's those distractions. That's all that it is. Learning, I've listened to a lot of stories of like old timey murders and the lives of artists of the past. Very dramatic stories, very tragic, a lot of them also, but also very interesting in a peculiar way. Um, and it's something that's been in the media for generations, is this like obsession with, criminals and with murders and crimes and things, and those people being like celebritied, and those situations also happening around like other major like governmental um events, right? That get less highlighted but are making more of an impact on society as a whole, but are less noticed because they're not as intriguing as a serial killer or mass murderer or some kid shooting and killing two people, right? It's like that what is that called? Criminal, it's not crime porn. What is it? It's not violent porn? No, no, not that. Lord Jesus, that's a whole other conversation that Philip was talking about. Um, I forgot what it's called, but it's basically glorifying destruction, dismay, and devastation. Vanessa says, I don't like the idea of living in a world with people who feel like their life is more valuable than someone else. And they don't, not only that, they somehow feel like they can play God and decide who gets to live. Yeah, nobody should feel like they get to decide who gets to live and who gets to pass on. Um, that is not a human decision, not consciously. Well, it's a human decision individually in the spirit, right? I believe that when people transition, and this might be a little sensitive for some people, so excuse me, but this is just what I believe. That when people transition is because they choose to transition, even if it's at a time when maybe you're not expecting or they weren't, assuming they weren't expecting like an accident, quote unquote. Um, and that's not to be rude and to say that people weren't like snatched away from a certain life or situation and that isn't painful. Um, but I do believe there's something in the spirit that says this physical place is no longer for me, right? Like recently, my family celebrated the birthday of my young cousin who passed away at, I think she was 17. And this happened like in 2019, right before Christmas. Um, it was just like really random. I still don't even really know what happened. Um, yeah, I don't even want to speak on it because I really don't know what happened, and I don't want to spread rumors. Well, she was only 17, right? Same age as this kid. Funny enough. But they celebrated her life and her birthday a few days ago with a fashion show because she was like interested in becoming a fashion designer. Um, and I do believe that at some degree, part of her was like ready to depart. Like, part of her was like, this would be the best time for me to be gone. Um, and I can't say why or why not. That is not my space. That is not my place. But like I said, I just have a general belief that uh, we choose when we transition, and you know, there are times like in the cases of attempted suicide, like with myself, where we're like, oh, I'm done here. But then life is like, no, you're not. This isn't what you signed up for. So stick around. Um, and you're like, I guess, okay. So yeah, as far as that goes with that. So like even these people that got shot, which is another reason why I don't really speak on it because I do believe in, karmic checks and balances that are outside of my opinion or my force of will, and that I don't really need to speak on them. But I do notice when people are upset. I do notice when there is unrest. I do notice when people are getting bubbled up. And like I was saying, I think that's being used as a tool of the powers that be. And I don't think that that is something that is an unpopular or uncommon thought, honestly. Um, Vanessa says it's so sad that there are more people Um, hold on. Oh, it's so sad that there are more people attracted to hurt. I'm trying to read this at an angle. I apologize. Attracted to hurt rather than healing. We always put the spotlight on the darkness as it should be known, but the good deeds that are done are overshadowed. Absolutely. I was thinking about that today. I was like, I'm sure there are so many beautiful things that have been happening recently because it's the holiday season. People are feeling generous. Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Giving Tuesday, my friend just had a pop up for homeless people to get resumes and make business cards and kind of, put together, ideas so that they can begin to elevate themselves. Like things like this are going on all around us, but we're choosing to focus on this right now. And then there's also plenty of people in situations that are um, more harsh, um, that are more, I would, and I don't dare to say damaging because I don't want to disrespect the families of the people that got murdered or the family or the guy that got shot. Um, I don't want to disrespect anybody, but there are a lot tougher things happening in the world, right? There are a lot more traumatic situations going on in the world. And I think the conversation of this needs to be more on what can we do to keep children from thinking violence is okay and how we can help Kyle to really grow from this and not grow into a Christian Bale. And every time somebody brings it up, that's what I'm gonna say because it really is like one of those things where he's still young enough to think that I can repeat habits that I can repeat actions that I did and get the same consequences, right? Um, and I still think that he needs to be helped in a much deeper way. Like, if indeed you believe that this boy has PTSD, which again, I do not doubt, um, I think that you should be offering to get him support. I think he needs to be talking to the families, with the families of the people that he took lives from. I think him and that guy need to go to therapy. I think his family should be present. And I think that a lot of face to face confrontation needs to be happening if he's just going to be walking around in this world. Like, people need to know what he's doing. The people that are involved in the situation, right? Like, I don't really give a fuck. So I don't need to know. You can update me every once in a while through Phil DeFranco or Amber Ruffin. But in any case, I really feel like he needs to be um, facing the consequences of his actions, and not just like, okay, I'm gonna go back to school. Like, no, my guy. The fuck? Somebody is gonna get that boy if we, if they, because I have nothing to do with this, right? This is not my situation. If they don't figure out how to actually bring justice for this situation. And if not him, it's gonna be the next person that tries it. I just think leaving these types of things untied is just a classic caucasity moment, and one of the reasons why our world has so much suffering, because I feel like Caucasian individuals just don't really have a good grasp on how important it is to make sure things are set right. And this is strictly coming from my understanding of different religions and practices, like globally, historically, just what different nations, like my study of, my interest in anthropology and history. What I have noticed is a pattern of Caucasian people thinking that they can just do things and fuck shit up and then just be like, this is okay. Just be tearing shit down and be like, this is totally fine. And then not, replacing things, renewing things, restoring things, having reconciliation, like, rounding things off. I don't think there's a very deep concept of that in Eurocentric cultures, um, and ethnicities. Um, so that's as gentle as I can say that. Um, so I think that's something that we are having to like process through and work with as a global humanity, because over these past generations, um, Western culture and the Caucasians have made themselves very predominant. So that has made that practice very predominant, which has led to, again, a lot of things being left uh, unfinished and unjusticed. If that's a word, it's not, but I'm gonna say it anyway because that's what it is. Um, Leaving things unfinished is not, you know, at least for now, like things don't get left unfinished, is the point. But if you don't finish them, the universe will finish them. And you may not always like how the universe decides to balance the scales. Again, that's as lightly as I can put that. So that's all I'm gonna say about Kyle. But I feel like I got a little something here. So let me kind of explain my creative process to you. Let me take my gloves off so I can see how long we've been up here. Oops. Let's see, 47 minutes. Awesome. So we've been up for, oh, it's down here too. Cool beans. Um, for 47 minutes, which is dope because that's kind of right on line. It's a 2 hour situation. So, what my creative process is, where I do an underpainting like this, and then let's see if we can do this without making everything fall on the floor. Hey there. So you have this underpainting, and I literally just was putting some stuff on here. The colors are not getting any justice. Okay. But I'm gonna kind of let this dry a little bit while I chit chat a little bit more. And then I'm going to go over with some black, and kind of outline different things that I see, find different shapes and forms, maybe highlight different textures and areas, um, and just see what's in here. I'm also thinking to make this easier for people, to because my style is very like intuitive, and I know that most people don't really see how I see, so it's a different situation. I'm also thinking maybe doing like a block out, like getting a certain like form, like a stencil or something, like when they do those cool like outer space um pictures, and they make the like background, they do the back painting, they'll put it like a circle and like a few, and then they'll paint the rest of it black, and they'll take it off, but the under part will still be like purple and blue and green and speckly. And then they'll like paint over it a little bit more to make it look like a planet. I might do something like that, but with like a cityscape, or with like an animal face or something. Or like with, I was also thinking of doing a series of two people where it's like the backdrop and the inside of the people is the colorful backdrop, and then the outside is white with the words, like I've done with a few other pieces. Because I was feeling all of my feelings, and I was like, they can make it like about love and connection. um so doing kind of like a series about that, which I might still do, because if you hadn't noticed, I changed my relationship status on Facebook to in a relationship. And that's really just because I want to um, get myself in that mindset. I keep thinking about like babies and like wanting to do all that stuff. But then I'm like, wait, you gotta be, in a relationship. Like, I want to be in a relationship. You don't have to be in a relationship for a baby. Babies are not made in relationships, like committed relationships. Babies are made with sex. So, and science. But I would like to be in a relationship with someone um who is kind. Oh, I'm seeing like a hand here. Oh, Vanessa. Oh. See, this is why I like to keep myself positive, because I really do like see things in my paintings. And sometimes I'm like, it's a lot. Sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's like heavy. So I try to keep my mind on positive things so that I can capture more positive things. Um, but that kind of is what it is. But I'm kind of seeing like a hand here, like holding something. And the only reason I was feeling some kind of way is because it's red and we are just talking about people getting shot. So, my mind's like blood and, that whole situation. But it's low key like a healing kind of situation, because the blue makes it seem like softer. Um, and I feel like there's something here that I kind of want to get to. But we're gonna let it dry a little bit more. I had a heat thing. I had a blower thing, that I think was used for like uh embroidery or something, question mark. It was used for some other type of craft, but I was using it to dry my canvases faster because I'm impatient. Just kidding. I'm very patient actually. Um, I just get excited, I just want to get going. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna just kind of outline and see what I see here. Um, and we're just gonna let it be what it is. I'm gonna just take you along on this journey with me. We'll see what it turns out to be. And then, like I said, this week I'm really just focusing on Angelique.com stuff. So, I will be doing more artsy things and doing more promotion stuff. And I'm not booking any like work things. Um, I might do like one shift for something like over the weekend. Uh, if it comes up, if it feels right. But something in my spirit is really telling me to just let go and trust myself to push this business to the level of putting it out there, really, and offering these creative restoration sessions and getting these things going. Um, because this is how I want to be, earning my income. is through sharing this space with you and these conversations, right? And just getting into these things. Okay. So, how do I want to do this? I'm trying to figure out if I want to make the background what I cut out as far as the color, or if I want to make the forms the part that I cut out and put that in white. I kind of want to keep that up there. Let's see. Let's just start doing some things. But yeah, that's that situation. Let me put my gloves back on. Let's see. Let's maybe turn it around a little bit. You know, we're not really committed to any one angle, right? Right? You know, it's just one of those things where we'll be like, so what do you see in here? Like, how it, like, it's a big, the thing is that you'll see whatever you're like thinking about or feeling or kind of reflecting on, at least in my experience. Which is why I had that moment earlier where I was like, oh snap. This is kind of interesting. This is like really interesting. Okay. This kind of looks like a crashing ocean. This is what I like about painting. It just kind of makes itself, right? Just kind of does it for you. Oh, this looks kind of saucy. This kind of looks like people smooching. Ooh. Should I do the people smooching? Or should I... Or should I do the ocean? Or should I do... I don't know. Let's see here. Let's just start outlining some things and see how we feel. We also have other colors. Okay. Bow, bow, bow. Down, bow. Okay. I think I need to get some black. I think I need to get some black. Here you go, baby. See if we can make this make sense. Make this make some sense. Oh. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I have music. Um, that a friend gave me, or the more of like a quick associate. Um, that they gave me that they made and said I could use on my videos. So I'm going to find that and going forward we can do that. This is interesting. It's getting very interesting over here. Well, we're just gonna keep lining stuff. Hmm. Ah. I feel like I'm seeing something here. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I know. Oh, oh, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. I did it. Oh, I did it. Ooh. I also feel like sometimes things get like weirdly sexual. I'm just like, hey, can we not? It was so funny on a set the other day. I was like, um, somebody on the set was looking like very relaxed. And I was like, oh yeah, they probably got laid. And I said it like kind of loud. And I don't know if they heard me or not, but um my one friend was like, "Oh, I'm not I'm not touching that one." I was like, I can't say that. That's inappropriate. Is it appropriate to say they got laid? I thought we were adults, you know. And then when I went when we went back inside, um they were playing some music and one of these guys started whining, and I was like, and everybody's like, ooh. And I was like, but I can't say somebody got laid? What? And I could have been like, oh, they got their hair laid, right? But I was like, what? Y'all are all about that life, but not? I don't know. So now I'm kind of filling this in because I'm like, this looks like hair. And I want to make it more hair-like. And this is why I think I'm gonna have like a certain style, like a not template again, like a specific design, but say we're going to do the cityscape, or we're going to do like clouds, or do a tree or something. But you can kind of do it your own way. Um, I'm just gonna show you how to outline it, or see if you can find that in the piece that you have. Um, yeah, because I just be like painting stuff. I'm just like, oh, that's there. It's probably one of those things where less could be more, but sometimes I'm just extra. And also, I'm impatient. I'm not impatient. I need to stop saying that. I'm very patient. I get excited. Come in here and lighten some of this up. This is basically done. But I do have another one. I just want to make sure that I'm using this all up. Using this all up. So we are in here. Oh, getting these, making some space here. Putting some context in here, some contrast. And honestly, I don't really know what this is. 'Cause I feel like every time I'm like, oh, let's make it this, it changes. I don't think that's an uncommon artistic situation. So you just gotta be patient. Actually, I don't even like this over here. I don't like it. We're just gonna keep this part. And all the rest of this can Go away. Be something else. Oops, I just painted my paintbrush. Oops. Like, all of this is still paint in here. Like, all of this white, it's not that the container is white. There's still paint in here. Okay, so we're gonna go over this part. And this might take some time to dry, I feel like. See if we can just get this edge. I'll just kind of get it down there now, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. Right, so yeah, let's maybe do this. See how we feel about that with the line. Once we get back to a point of somewhat dryness. Let's see what's going on the phone. Excuse me. My friend Michelle sent me something. Etheric posted. If you guys don't know who Etheric is, goes by his name is actually Eric. And he is a streamer, I think he does audio and editing for some company actually. So he hasn't been streaming as much, but he's a super fun dude. I've only known him online stuff, but I did see him on the train, at the train station. I think that was him. I think he confirmed that it was him. So I was like, oh my god, I think I saw you on the train. He was like, what? I said, well, yeah. Yeah, I think he confirmed that. So he's a real person. And he seemed okay. I didn't really stop and talk to him because I was like, one, I was just tired myself. And two, I was like, I'm not sure if that's him. His mask stuff. But he had the dreads. And it seemed like he had the same facial kind of structure and skin tone. So like I said, I'm pretty sure it was him because he confirmed that he was on the train at that time. So yeah, that was an interesting moment. So if you happen to come across any of his content, I highly recommend, especially when he plays the DJ game. So much fun. He's pretty decent. When I say pretty decent, I mean good. Like you'll be having a good old jolly time. Oh snap! Oof, that was not what I was expecting, but I should have because that just makes sense. Let's just hope this dries where it is and doesn't go any deeper. Yeah, I have no idea what this is gonna look like when I'm done. And that's the beauty of the expressionist abstract style. It's a surprise for all of us. At first I was like, oh, it's like two people kissing, and then it looked like somebody kissing a rose in a bush. But then I didn't really like how the roses were coming together. So now we got this situation. And it's kind of giving me Sleepy Mountain vibes. Oops. Sleepy Mountain vibes. But we will see. And I think the thing about art, if you want the process to go more quickly, is deciding, is the decision. And that's a big topic that I want to discuss. Decisions. Because that's something that really helps to make life easier, I think, and more of a like confident encounter, right? Of experiences is when you're able to make decisions because you're not like going around afraid that people are going to be making decisions for you. So when you learn how to make decisions, it allows you to be more confident in yourself. And I think learning how to do that with art is a great way to start, a great way to remember or continue, restore, right? Creative restoration. Restore that confidence that you have that maybe you that maybe you stepped away from for a moment because you were interested in someone or focused on service or just in a different space. I've also really been thinking about shadow. I think now that I kind of have the line work down, which was the reason that I started doing the sketches in the first place, was to really get the line work down. Now I want to focus more on the shadows, and like color blocking. Like I feel like I've given a good amount of time to developing a style that I feel confident moving in that direction, right? So, like, I feel like I can create things that fully, or at least half decently articulate what it is that I'm looking to express. And I want to be able to make sure that ooh, this is a little bit. Um, and making sure that I can portray it accurately with the colors and the shadows, which is really with the colors. So really, it's like a color um, knowledge kind of situation where I want to get a better grasp of how to use color to create shadows and contrast and just depth and really put a picture together. Something real interesting going on here. It feels like someone trying to say something or something like that. That's what it feels like. Hmm. Lord have mercy. Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna finish this right now. I did really want to because I wanted it to be like a full uh creative session. You know what? We are gonna finish this today. I'm gonna just decide that I know what this is now, and we're going to onward. Okay. But I do think it needs time to dry. I will say it that way instead. So what I'm getting is someone holding some sort of bag or fruit here. Some sort of something here. It's like a giant plum or purple pumpkin. Oh, ooh. This one time, this one time at band camp, just kidding, I never went to band camp. I wasn't in band. Even though at my school, the band was like the most official thing you could do and be a part of. Weird, right? I know, but hey, that's the suburbs, right? Um, just want to clear this off for 1 second to make sure this is kosher. So I'm kind of like getting this person maybe blowing up a balloon. Um, and then this is going to be a part for the words. And then they're wearing like a red shirt or dress or something. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure this was okay under here. But nothing was getting through, you know. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it from this angle. Let's see here. So, yeah, trying to like, I'm getting a person here, right? This isn't white, that's the light. Um, bouncing off of it. It's purple. Purple hair, blue kind of skin tone, red shirt, looks kind of orange there, but it's red. And then this thing here. Um, Maybe I can make this like the earth, and this can be like a straw, and somebody's like sucking the earth. I don't want to paint that. Oh my goodness. Um, or maybe it can be like they're blowing up an earth, like create your own world kind of deal. I like that. I like that idea. Um, so yeah, we're just gonna let this dry a little bit more. And I don't think I'm gonna let you guys just sit here and watch this dry with me. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. And if you want to fully enjoy this process with me, definitely sign up for a creative restoration session. I appreciate you for hanging out, Vanessa. Thank you for the conversation ideas. Um, and this has only been an hour and a half, just about. So the creative restoration sessions, um, it'd probably be about another 15 minutes. Um, and we would finish this up and continue our conversation a little bit more. But like I said, if you want to actually get in on a full creative restoration session, hit me up on Angelique.com or at AnjuliqueArt at gmail.com or on any of my social platforms. Instagram and Facebook are essentially the same thing. So if you message me on one, I should get it on the other. And that is that. Um, I don't have TikTok downloaded at the moment, so I would not recommend hitting me up on TikTok. But if you do, I might be downloading it again soon. I haven't yet decided. So there's that. Thursday is Thanksgiving. It's also Super Thursday, so give thanks for Lily Singh and the content that she has been feeding us all the way up until Christmas. Some people have been saying, hey, can we get a Vlogmas? Are we gonna get a Vlogmas? Shoot, I don't know, but I would be very grateful for a Vlogmas. Because it's just nice to see her face and see what she's up to and just that kind of um kind of just mundane, everyday, just checking in type of situation. And I know she has kind of that idea that people were like, don't want to know about it, or maybe people want to know about it a little too much. I totally get that. Um, but there are some of us out there that genuinely just enjoy her energy and her voice, and knowing that she's how she's making it through the day, and that she is making it through the day, and just touching base during the holidays is nice. So that's that. There What else am I doing? Oh, the healing summit, the ATBA healing summit um for sexual trauma is next weekend, December 3rd through the 6th. It is a virtual summit, so you don't have to attend anything in person. You can keep your cameras off. Um, there's going to be incredible speakers. I think we're gonna do a inner child work session with Stacy, and get some great tips on healing and vibration from Ray Mel. We're gonna get some tips on healing and expressing yourself from Dr. Sarah Jeffress, and just so many other incredible speakers and it's hosted by Carrie Irene Crosby, who is my good friend, and my sister from another mister, me from another time. And she's just beautiful and wonderful. This is the second year that she's hosting this, and the first year was miraculous. And I think helped a lot of people break through and grow um, through the year, quite frankly, with everything that was going on. I think it really helped a lot of people step more confidently and more comfortably than they would have before, right? And that's really what it's about. It's like maybe not drastically changing everything overnight, but just letting people know it's okay to make that needlepoint move into healing, into positivity, into forgiveness, into self awareness, into release, um, into emotional intelligence, and just into like emotional awareness and having kindness with yourself. Just making that little point move, just making time to have that awareness and hold space for that conversation is so important. Even though we're doing it on a small scale, starting out, do not despise the days of small beginnings, right? Um, because it really is just that thing where these are the times where the people that really need to be impacted personally can get impacted personally. And then as things grow, we can start making a wider ripple. So definitely check out the Healing Summit, atbasummit.com for tickets. I believe they're like $65, $67. But there are some sponsor tickets. We are doing giveaways. So if you're interested, definitely hit me up. Carrie gave me permission to uh, host some of the sponsor tickets or promote some of the sponsor tickets. So definitely hit me up if you're interested in going, or if you know anyone who has dealt with or experienced or is experiencing sexual trauma or abuse from childhood or again into adulthood. Um, there's going to be just some great sharing, some great stories, some great tools for healing. That is December 3rd through the 6th. Again, um, online, atbasummit.com. Also, creative restoration sessions. Join me to get the full process of this piece. You'll probably see it later sometime. Um, and also, once we get it more dry, right? But creative restoration sessions, um, donation based, online and in person. Um, Let me know if you want to get a coloring board. That does cost. Otherwise, you can bring your own materials. It's donation based. Recommended donation, $10 to $15 for the experience if you want the coloring board. Otherwise, just kind of whatever you want. Um, I really want to be gracious with this and just see kind of where people land with it. And I want y'all to know that I really am planning for this to grow into the other projects that I had ideas that I had and ideas that I had previously brought up, like the Colorful Queens and Kings Camp for the summers and the Creators Club after school. Um, it's just a matter of me really having the desire for those to be services, like community services that are open, and less of this is how I'm making my money. Although I know there are ways to do the work through maybe a grant or a nonprofit where I can get technically paid a salary pay to execute and implement these ideas. So um, I definitely am going to be looking into that, but I think this is something that is needed for all ages, even though again, my passion is children. Um, I think all ages of people can really absorb and benefit from stepping into the creative process and expressing themselves through that. So essentially, this piece is going to be a create your own world kind of vibe. So again, there's the hair and the side of the face, and it's going to be a person blowing up um, a balloon, a planet, um, like inflating it, I guess I should say. And then on the side here, I'm gonna write some words, um, and that might say grow your own planet or like create your own space or something like that, where the message will be. And I'll include my iconic eye in there, maybe add some more texture to the hair, and put some continent land here on the um, maybe I'll put like um, make your own world or something like that. Or you are a creator, create your own world or something like that in my script on the side here. But again, we gotta wait for that to dry before we can even try to pretend that that's a thing. So maybe the idea would be we're gonna talk about the concept of like creating your own world or your own lane, and then um, we'll paint something along the lines of what that means. So, yeah, um, I think that's super dope. I think that's a really great idea. Maybe just starting off with, like I said, with the backdrop and just some colors and kind of putting things on there and listening and having the conversation, seeing where things lead, letting that dry, right? Maybe taking a little bathroom break and or a little snack break, a little sip break, right? Let me get this braid out of here. And then going over it with the black and the white to kind of section things off to really bring the theme of the conversation together. I think that's what we're gonna go with. But thank you for being here with me and taking this time with me. Um, I really do appreciate you. And I will see y'all around. I gotta get my cards out of here. I can believe. But these are just in here. And I totally forgot. So, yeah. Oh, forgot it only fits like 3. Maybe 4, maybe all of them. Perhaps, quizás. Wow, sick. This is technically for my headphones, but it's really great at holding these smaller paints, so we use it for that. Also for the Be a Boss book club, I think I'm going to be going live in there more frequently. Posting, more frequently. Because Lily has this new book, Be a Triangle, coming out, and I am very excited. And I'm going to be talking about how to be a boss and how there are parts in there that I feel led up to um, the writing of Be a Triangle, and how um, how Lily was saying how she's building upon the concepts that she was talking about, and she doesn't believe that there's anything, inherently wrong with what she was talking about in How to Be a Boss. It's just the idea of the grind and the hustle um, is overrated, and she's kind of understood that. Um, but I do think there are uh, pieces in there that are very um, connected to and insightful and spiritual, in a kind of unconscious, competent type of way. As Bob Proctor says, where it's like you're being successful and you're getting these results, but you don't really know how you're getting these results. Um, and I think it's just the way that she was framing it in the frame of this is hustle, versus this is me um, focusing my energy on certain things. So I just kind of want to go in and dissect some of the areas where I feel like she had more um, spiritual awareness and deeper moments than maybe she was conscious of at the time when she wrote the book or when she was experiencing them. So I just kind of want to go through that in kind of preparation for Be a Triangle, so we can kind of remember where she was at and how she's grown, and just kind of connecting the two, right? So that is what I want to be doing on the book club page. And yeah, still really getting things in order. And this week is going to really be about Angelique.com and seeing how I like this lifestyle, and what kind of productivity and uh, profits and like compensation, right, that I can pull from here. But yeah, that's really all I got to say today. Again, I'll probably be posting the finished picture of this on my Instagram. Um, while we're still waiting for it to dry in a lot of places that I want to keep at the texture that they are. So I'm not going to touch them. I will leave it alone. And yeah, that's kind of it for me today. So thank you for watching. Have a beautiful, wonderful, spectacular, magical evening, day, afternoon, whenever you're watching this. And I will see you around next time. Hopefully, remembering my camera. Oh my gosh.